is going on, ladies and gentlemen? The return of the Four Horsemen. We are here today with Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival and Vision. So, gentlemen, quick intros.
Howdy, we are Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival and the Livingston Man. And we do, prepping, survival, gear reviews.
Livingston, the whole shit.
all.
And of course, I'm Vision Preparedness. I do prepping and dog training and trying to keep my dog from eating people.
It's a noble cause.
It is indeed.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, and I am the roaming prepper from the great state, now not so hot state of Texas, because the heat went to Trent, apparently.
It did.
And
look what it did to him.
Yeah.
He's solid.
He believes he lives in Ohio, folks. How hot does it have to be?
It's 90 degrees as we speak, and Ohio is real. And those in the chat will concur.
So we learned that at 89 degrees is the threshold between whether or not you believe in Ohio or not.
Yes. Yes. If it's above 89, it's definitely Ohio.
It's definitely Ohio.
well, shoot. Well, gentlemen, this is the second, I guess, gathering of the Four Horsemen, which I believe Mike so quaintly named.
You do this, isn't this the third time though? Weren't we first on Vision's channel? And then
that's right. This is the third.
Well, I think the first one was pre the title of the Horsemen.
Correct.
True.
And then it kind of just, the Livingston Man wrapped his brain around it, and he was like, we're kind of the Four Horsemen of the apocalypse here.
Well, yeah, I mean, at first, see, like, Mike, he was in a group chat with you guys before I had been added to it. He's like, saying you should name it. And so I sat down and I really, really, really thought about it. And I'm like, well, all right. I'm like, there's four of us, and we're like all some big name personalities. So the first thing I came up with was like the Beatles, but then come to find out somebody had used that already.
Yeah.
So, and I was like, well, what about like, there's got to be four or something else out there. And the Four Horsemen I thought was cool. The only thing we get to argue about is which one of us is which one of them.
Yeah.
Now, Pete's got red headphones, so he gets to ride the red horse. I believe that's War.
Yeah.
There it is.
Okay.
There it is.
Trent, do you happen to drive a white car?
No, I hate white cars.
Okay.
He's the black horse. Yeah.
You get to either be, I think it's pestilence or famine.
Take your pick.
Oh, wait a minute. That has nothing. The black horse has nothing to do with Katy Perry, correct?
That is
that would be frustrating.
Dark horse. So Mike's on that freeze-dried food shit, so he's probably famine. I figure. Like,
I'll be pestilence. Yeah.
Okay. That leaves me with death. Oh,
there you go.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take it. All right. I wasn't going to take that. I wasn't going to take it. I don't own a white vehicle, but if I had a horse, it probably would look sickly and ugly.
I don't either. My truck is black.
Hold his pale horse. Leave him alone. He's old.
Somebody asked, who's the horses
Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it.
Oh, man. That's awful. Well, folks, we had some technical difficulties on the other platforms, so I'm not sure what happened there. People are already commenting. Rumble already ran the four of you off.
Yeah.
They were like, this unholy combination will not stand. Rumble was like, you know what? You can hit the go live button as many times as you feel.
There was definitely something really, really weird.
Canadian was not right.
What happened?
Yeah, totally could be.
But we're here. We're on Rumble and we're on YouTube, so we're simulcasting.
Fifth columnists trying to bring us down from the inside.
Yeah, I mean, it took some work. But I gotta tell you, the roaming prepper gets it done.
Yeah, he was killing it. He was hacking things. Literally, he had like a pair of sunglasses.
Yeah, we're like bootleg through some AT&T shit right now, but I'm digging it.
Exactly.
I don't ask questions. I just appreciate your hard work.
They have not figured out where we are yet. I think we have some folks who can't see us on Rumble. I'm not sure if, or can they? Oh, no, they can. There we are.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We're on Rumble and YouTube.
Yes.
I'm monitoring closely. because I'm pestilent. I'm
Awesome.
everywhere.
He's everywhere. He's
Pestilence.
everywhere. You can't keep him out, man. Most
Wait, is
extreme
it plague or
disinfection.
pestilence? It's pestilence, isn't it?
Pestilence, plague. I suppose they probably the term gets tossed out
Yeah, they go
Yeah.
hand in
Plague
hand.
is my cousin.
interchangeably, right? Plague, pestilence.
He's on the back of
sickness.
the horse.
Get
Yeah,
that
he's
vision,
on the back of the horse. Yeah,
get that
I'm
vision
pestilent.
virus in you.
He's the one who feeds the chupacabra when the summer hits,
That's
you know.
right.
I mean,
That's
someone's
right.
gotta
Somebody's
feed
got
him.
to.
Yes.
You have to. I don't know if you call it feeding.
Pigeon is a pest.
Please
Yeah,
appease
true.
this thing.
It's true.
Oh,
Them
Lordy.
Wendigos that keep creeping around. I hate them things. You ever see those wasting disease deer? They walk up to your door on two legs and ring the doorbell and look at you all like
Yeah. Can we
That's
get
like a
something?
skinwalker. That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's
horrifying.
And I just go like
Absolutely.
that, and they drop
Skin
over.
raw. Yep. Vision like does he's like down.
Yeah.
And they just
Down.
This is not the house you're looking for.
yeah.
And they just drop them.
Correct. Good Lord.
Shoot. Well, okay. So I actually got, unfortunately, the chat, we're going to have to kind of like jump to
Oh, no
the other
problem.
chat manually because it's not feeding here for whatever reason. But it is,
I tell
we
you
are
what,
on Rumble and we are on YouTube, which is
they do
very
not
cool.
want you guys to see this stuff. I tried to do a live stream the other day, and it was crazy, man. It was crazy. There was all kinds of glitches and
Read and post.
buffering. I'm like sitting next to a router on my phone with a perfect connection, 900 megabits a second, and buffering. I'm like, well, this is some bullshit.
We got 35 on Rumble.
Right on.
Is there a way to differentiate the Rumble people from YouTube? We see a chat
Well,
here.
yeah, but
Yeah,
the chat's
so
not feeding the Rumble.
it's not
Not
feeding the
feeding
Rumble
Rumble.
chat on StreamYard, but I've
I don't
got
wanna
a
hear from
second
those
tab and I'm
Canadians
kind of
anyway.
jumping back and forth. Somebody put in it says creature. I assume that's Jake, maybe Jay Creature, and Rumble said gay deer. I'm in. It's better than Ohio fish. I have no idea what that meant.
Must be some cool inside joke.
Jay Creature.
That's him.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Trent's
It's
going to
gotta
the
be.
shelf. He's grabbing a
He's
trauma
gonna
kit.
get. He's
Oh,
gonna.
no.
Oh man.
He's
There
gonna
it
get the
is.
spam.
The original. This is the original. Number
That
one.
was-
He's gonna go off on you now.
That's right.
Here it
Oh,
comes.
Lord.
Jay Creature, number one.
God.
Ohio is real. Because that can of spam came from New York. Ohio
Yeah,
is
it did.
real.
I transported it there in my vehicle.
Yes, he did. Had to
What,
fight
the
off
spam or the spam or the horse?
They don't know. They were on so much drugs they called it Ohio.
You know, it's almost as
Is
bad
that-
as
is that
New
what-
Mexico. Good Lord.
Johnny Preps drugged me on the ride out.
I'm telling
Yeah. I came back with the
Angry
wizard.
just cursed at you, Trent. I don't know. Wait, which angry cursed at you?
Why is that? Yeah, Kai. What I do? What
Uh,
happened? Well, it's the only can of spam and it's unopened. I'm with
that's
him.
good.
There is
Spam.
no spam allowed in my house.
Sealed.
I
It's
signed that. My,
signature. It's a signature can and signed. That's it. It'll never get opened.
It's a collector's
Even
item.
though I'm pestilence, it still will never get opened.
I like
You
that
gotta get that.
carbon Q. It's the
The
pestilence kit.
I'll keep it
There
away.
you go. Exactly.
Right.
It's the shit that killed
Oh, man.
Anthony Fauci
So-
right there.
You know,
And there
So-
goes the Roaming Preppers YouTube stream.
that's all good. It's
Solid.
Peace.
I've already got 3 names for 3 alternate channels. Like I'm just gonna I'll do one in Spanish if I need to and
El
bounce off an
Prepper
IP
Huron.
address. El
Yes.
perro malo, bad dog.
I recently just saw a 24.
And everyone's probably in the chat like, what the
Yeah,
hell
I'm
are
happy
these
with that.
guys talking about?
Exactly. Johnny
Had a
Preps,
pizza.
I'll do you one better. I'll go to the garden and get some ghost peppers, bro. And put ghost peppers in the baked beans and there you
I'll
go.
tell you what, ghost pepper, if you gotta go to the bathroom and you're clogged up, a little bit of that.
Yep. It'll clean you right out and everything else will come
Yes.
out too.
But yeah, you'll be ready for the doctor's visit.
So I have this army surveilled survival manual. I think it's the 1972 version. I have the bigger one from 2002 that's got like color
Yeah.
picture. Oh boy, I did
Whoa.
the thing.
Oh yeah.
How do I make
Yeah,
it not
he's
do
got-
it again?
He's got the.
There we go.
oh,
Okay,
that-
don't
look
do
at
that
look at-
again.
What is it?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
Livingston
Don't
Man
mind
talks
us.
with his hand, so the camera is gonna.
Oh, you have the manual.
Put your hands to stop
Put
moving your hands. All right, what are you,
Let me see them
American
hands.
police? Anyway, so
Livingston Net 1.0.
I lost my train of thought. What
It-
the hell was I
Ooh,
talking
ooh,
about?
it's gone now.
Yep, forget it.
It's gone now.
Yep, lost it. Nope.
Okay, I'm checking to make sure Rumble can still hear us. But yeah, we're on both. Well, that's good. I was worried there
Awesome.
for a second with that quick jump. Guys, we brought up a good topic just now, even though we were joking about spam and all.
Oh boy, here it
The
comes.
censorship.
Big time, man. Big time. Big time. I know I've been seeing it across all platforms. Honestly, the suppression now has really been clamped up. The views are way down across the board. Anything, it doesn't matter if it's Instagram, Facebook, wherever it is, it's suppressed. Especially if you're like a truth talker. If you're posting puppies and kittens and crap like that, you're fine. But
Yeah.
the people who speak the truth and seek the truth, they don't really want to hear from us right now.
No.
So.
How about
No.
you, Trent? Are you seeing that as well?
And yeah, absolutely. And I heard something the other day. Zuckerberg apologized for suppressing something in 2020 on Facebook.
Oh, that Hunter Biden laptop fiasco.
Yeah. He
So,
admitted
you know,
that he's been suppressing information. He's been suppressing lots of things on behalf of the federal government in some cases.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
interesting. Well, there goes your streams across the board again.
So exactly. So did he not testify in front of Congress?
He's doing damage control right now. He's not
well,
even
he
paying
did,
attention.
and I'm wondering. I'm
How am I
wondering
gonna
if
survive this?
he
Yeah, that's what I was
committed if
Perjury.
he committed perjury somewhere along the way.
Exactly.
Let him
Yeah.
up in they're asking this guy. He probably knows fuck all. Listen about what actually goes on day to day at Facebook. Like he's in the
probably
trenches.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just owns the place. You know what I mean? That's like asking the landlord what the tenants are doing. I don't fucking know. Hopefully they're not dumping cooking grease out the window or some shit. Plot twist, they are.
So
They are.
you think it's more of a case of the employees run amok as opposed to Zuckerberg himself was firsthand knowledge?
If you think that the government can run as some sort of unelected bureaucratic deep state, then of course the mega corporation must as well.
Mm. I dig that, Livingston Man.
The phenomenon, of course, too, is when you're well paid and everything is running fine, is
Right.
you don't tell the boss the bad news. You don't tell the boss the bullshit.
Right.
Empires
Right.
have crumbled and been brought to ruins by like the lack of realistic information reaching a leader.
Yeah.
Just because people didn't want to piss them off or be seen as inept or incompetent. But what you get
at the
is
end of the day, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing you get with government. People who just work there, but they're the cogs in the machine. They're the ones that make it run. It's not, celebrity politician A or B that is doing this weird, swamp deep state bullshit. It's these unelected bureaucrats, these little beetles running around the halls of Congress
The lights.
Beatles.
Yeah.
with their little stacks of papers that are supposed to go where they're supposed to go. And who knows, they all get where they're supposed to go. I don't know, just saying.
Right. And what's going on in the UK where folks are going to jail for speaking truth on social media?
They said they're going to put out a warrant for the Livingston Man. I said, like, okay.
Oh no, I went on X.
I'm going to surrender. I'm
Tagged
going to surrender to the warrant.
the police chief in like freaking Surrey, England, who is saying we'll go and extradite you. I'm like, come try it in Texas, Bubba. And I tagged this.
Good luck.
So if
man.
I
Don't
suddenly disappear, I got extradited to England.
lawn.
It's
Right.
You know, that's Texas.
Cheerio,
but,
sporting chance then, right? Isn't it, mate? We've done this before, haven't we? Right. What's all this then?
Wow. It's
Yeah.
It feels like
Listen, England don't want to even try to act hard. I seen what y'all eat. All right. Why is your cuisine based on the apparent, I guess, belief that the fucking Luftwaffe is still overhead? All right. What the hell is beans on toast, man? Come on. You invaded like 3/4 of the world for spices and yet refuse to put them on your food.
Spices.
All right. So any British person will come back. Actually, it's a bit of a shame. Yeah, it is.
No, they invaded a whole chunk for opium and then gave it to the Chinese.
Right.
Exactly.
You gotta be kidding me. Like, you ever seen like people go to the stadiums, they go to watch the football, and they got a piece of bread with like beans on it and talking about, oh, missed this. I'm like,
oh,
right.
and that's for breakfast, the beans on toast.
Oh man.
Now they do breakfast good, when you get the full English and it's got the bacon and the fucking sausage and all that. Like that's
that's great. But then I got the slice of toast and a little thing of baked beans, and I'm like, what the hell is the beans for?
I mean, what's your problem?
I need to introduce these people to a bacon, egg, and cheese on a hard roll.
You couldn't handle it.
Exactly.
Oh, salt, pepper, ketchup. Blow your mind.
If they were to arrest roaming prepper, we'd do a prisoner exchange with the Livingston.
Oh, they'd give me back in about 10 minutes. They'd be like, this guy's fucking too much.
They'd be like, no, this guy, he send him away.
Yeah.
Oh man, but you know what? I'm hearing that
very
folks on the
inappropriate.
left are getting hit too. The ones that get too opinionated, and they deviate from the accepted dialogue, and they're like, hey, you know what? I'm thinking all of this is BS, and they start ratting off about it, and they get put in the penalty box.
The left has a tendency to eat its own.
Yeah, big time.
They tear down heroes and champions left and right. I don't even know what it is. I think it's a literal ideological need to do so. Like they always need to like tear down the heroes for better or worse. Like you got to topple some statues along the way, just not the one my side thinks you shouldn't.
Yeah, it's kind of scary when you think about it because folks are actually, I mean, you go and make videos and you have to say, oh, well, this person was unalived.
Yeah.
That was never a word in the English or Spanish language.
No.
There isn't a Spanish word to unalive someone.
That's Orwellian newspeak is what that is. It's pure classic. That is actual like life imitating art newspeak, unalive. It's like,
yep.
It's
like double plus.
Times are crazy when you have to speak around truths that used to be, just common conversation, but that's scarier now. That's hurtful, and you can't say those things. And they're literally putting people in prison for multiple. They're letting people out of prison, like real deal criminals.
Crimes.
Oh, in England,
They're letting them out because there's no room for these people in the prison. So they're letting people out, and then they're replacing them with people who talked harshly about whatever they talked harshly about.
It's called thought crime, another Orwellian newspeak.
And with the modern surveillance, this is the kind of thing that if Nazi Germany had the kind of surveillance that we have right now, they probably would have won World War II.
What you think ours based on, brother? The United States is okay, folks. Here comes a hot take nobody asked for, but guess what? That's what
go for it.
The United States, as we all stand, if you're from outside the United States, you're going to agree with me. But if you stand within the United States right now, understand that what your country is now is the bastard child of all the quote unquote best parts of the USSR and Nazi Germany. They put them both together. They called it something different. They presented it with a better PR campaign, but it's still the same shit. Honestly, it is.
Remember the Marvel movies before they got bought out by Disney? When Stan Lee still owned the Enterprise, and the movie, I'd recommend you guys, if you find the DVD or whatever, watch the Winter Soldier.
Yep.
That was dark as all get out, and it touched on what Lou's talking about right now. It
Yeah.
touched on, of course, they use Hydra and the
Yeah.
commissars, these
Change the
symbolic
names
names.
to protect
But
the innocent.
if you
Yeah.
watch it, and it was dark, and these guys they were brought over after the war, and then their ideas slowly infiltrated until there was an entire shadow organization under the government that
Yeah.
nobody really realized was there.
ASMR, everybody.
Gotta get that coffee.
About that face, somebody got a screenshot, I hope.
They can just play it back, rewind.
Yeah,
That's
just
right.
rewind it, baby.
If you're on YouTube, if you just double tap your screen to the left, it'll rewind 10 seconds, and you can do it all over again.
There you go.
And then when it plays, you just tap it again.
So Sister Marie's over on Rumble said it's all about control. That's why they want us quiet. And then someone mentioned
That's
coffee
right.
crack.
Yes. Jay Creature, of course. Yes. Pestilence has to have coffee too.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah,
Well-
the Prepping Mantis commented, I'm reading it since I can't share it on the screen. We are all communicating on these social platforms, suppressing free speech under the umbrella of private business. Our
Yep.
rights as Americans supersede the platform's rights, in my honest opinion, or in
I
my
agree.
humble opinion.
And then what happens is that whole terms of service that everybody
Terms
just
of service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
scrolls to the bottom and clicks next.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All your all your rights were given away when you click that. You agreed to
Man,
it.
I gotta tell you that can't be
Lawyers,
legally allowed.
Lawyers, bro.
So you think in the terms of they write a law, right? So
Mhm.
they're gonna pass a law, Livingston Man. The
Mhm.
fucking thing looks like a Manhattan phone book. It's
Yep.
this thick. It's this thick. You have to have multiple legal degrees to understand this law.
Yeah.
Right.
Never the intention.
But the common person has no idea that this law was passed because they don't, I don't watch the news. I don't read the paper. I don't even know this law exists yet. Yet you may be breaking this law right now.
Ignorance of the law is also not an excuse. Sorry, you didn't even know that we passed that obscure nonsense, but you're going to jail, bud.
I think that laws need to be written so that the most common folk can understand them and understand when they're breaking the law and when they're not. I think these
They put there's like 10 commandments where he was literally like, yo, shall not, and everybody did.
yeah, it's true.
Everybody did.
Apparently, this could be interpreted in different ways. Okay.
Yeah, well,
So that's
we
the
find
problem.
that now with the Constitution as well. Things go to the Supreme Court for interpretation.
Yeah, because just because it's what they said apparently is not what they meant, and or vice versa. And
Yeah.
at what point?
The first thing they wrote, we the people.
Yep.
What do you mean, the people?
Pestilence.
The people are pestilence.
Well, now let's get into the legal definition of
Okay.
people and start
Oh,
doing all
oh,
this.
let me go get-
this. Will
Let me go get my Black's Law Dictionary, because what we think of as the definition of people is not correct. People is referred to in legalese as a corporation.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so much of the and the lawyers and judges and courts, and people applaud certain court decisions and whatever else, but you would be appalled if you actually knew, not let alone how much time, effort, money, and life energy that this kind of nonsense soaks out to try to figure out what the founding fathers meant by shall not be infringed. Well,
Yeah, I mean,
but
it
but
sounds
in
pretty-
what case, could perhaps I could just infringe a little if I may, but they were like, no, shall not. But they were like, what do you mean by shall and or not? Let's put this before. It's
Yeah.
Well, it's like the whole
was gonna
militia.
use
There was
words.
no modern National Guard until before World War II.
Yeah.
Yep.
Every state had was what it was called,
yeah,
and then there was a small federal force.
right. We're more like you might think of it as Europe is now. The states were like what we would think of as European countries.
Right.
So they all would form. They could and would form a collective defense, but at the end of the day, like they each had their own systems and military, especially
Right.
militia forces and whatever that they could draw up, and then they would contribute, like in the Civil War, like you got the fighting 69th from Boston, and you got the the other guys from North Carolina and this thing. I think it was militias that banded together under a federal control.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
today what we call your state's National Guard. Controversially, the Second Amendment could be interpreted to mean that the only people allowed to bear arms is your state's National Guard, because a well-trained militia being necessary for the security of a free state.
The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall
then
not be
you
infringed.
could also argue, if you were lawfully got your hunting license, your carry permit in your state, are you not therefore part of a trained component of the state? And then I've seen both arguments get thrown around the courts, so it's interesting. But
it is interesting because some places sheriffs will literally go around and round up a posse if they need to. They know they know that this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy will have their pistol permits because things go through the sheriff's department.
Yep.
They keep it on a local level, and they can then go and say, hey, we need some extra people to watch our back, blah, 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 and come in and actually form a posse and deputize people. A lot of folks don't know that your sheriff is the highest ranking law enforcement official in your area.
The state police will often try to be sheriff.
He is the only elected law enforcement official. Everybody else is hired and selected and brought up through the ranks. But your sheriff has real authority in your area. So
that's why when sheriffs won't obey certain federal principles, it makes DC absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Right.
Because there's technically they can't touch the guy. He is an elected constitutional official.
Yep.
With as
He
much
is
validity
the
as
top
anyone
guy
else.
in the county. Yeah, he's the top guy in the county, and he does not have to abide by federal law.
Nope.
My skydive says a game warden as well. Yeah, they have some extra authorities given to them.
Well, we call them in New York, we call them DEC, and those are the boys you salute them sons of bitches. They show up. You messed up.
I've never had a bad interaction with environmental conservation. It's always been good. And
they have extraordinary powers, is what I mean.
They can go into your outbuildings without a warrant if they suspect you of poaching or things like that. I mean, literally just, hey, is that your shed? And open the door and go in. Any kind of outbuildings on your property, they can go in without a warrant. At least here in the People's Republic of New Yorkistan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Game wardens around here, they roll around carrying 45s and AR-15s.
Well, the mistake that sometimes gets made here in New York is these DEC agents, they go out there trying to bust the guy hunting after dark, and they're wearing fucking camouflage, trying to sneak up on a dude who's sitting there in camouflage waiting for something to move through the woods. And worst case scenario is they get wounded like severely because the guy thinks they're the deer sneaking up on him.
Or you scare the hell out of the hunter and he shoots you thinking you're a bear or a cat.
Yeah, we actually had a case here a few years ago where what Livingston Man is describing actually happened. A DEC officer was shot by a guy who was allegedly hunting after dark. And he, what he thought was a deer that he had wounded earlier in the brush turned out to be a DEC officer in the brush.
Wow.
Trying to play, coming from me, it's like, look, you were taking it too seriously at this point. There's guys you can't see out there with firearms who are waiting to hear something coming. And rather than announce yourselves or, be safe, you chose to try and sneak up.
Yeah. I mean, typically,
not saying you got what you deserve, but like, the reality is like that's exactly what is not taught.
They usually come in real loud, screaming, DEC, unload your rifle.
Right.
Come on down out of the tree stand, or could you pop out of the blind for
not
me?
Sneaking up quiet.
No, they announce themselves from a ways away. As soon as they know you're there, they're like, DC, do me a favor.
It's funny you guys say that, the hunting in the night is not allowed. Here you have these yahoos who've got night vision goggles, and some of them have MP5s with suppressors, and
Going
they're on
after
a truck.
hogs.
They're just parked and they're shooting the hogs.
Yeah.
And the cops know. Hell, the cops are out there with them half the time. It's like,
Right.
what you shoot? You
They
know,
are the cops.
Well, you know, that's
Some
why I
of them are
say
cops.
when I see a game warden, I scream at him, is that level 3 or level 4?
At which
You got a
point the car door
license, you wearing a
slams and they
vest?
drive away.
Yeah, exactly.
Too controversial.
But yeah, the censorship is scary. They've gone after They went after Bill Mayer of all things.
Yeah.
And
I'm just gonna bring attention to the fact that I did a live stream last night, and even involving Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival here, I managed to glean, what was it, 19 viewers?
I think it was 17.
Listen, because I'm gonna tell you something, y'all. What's y'all 1,000+ subscribers?
Right.
Listen, I'm a little guy here. I got like 200 subscribers. All right.
Yeah, send some love.
Talking
to the
about
Livingston
censorship,
Man
I will
channel,
never probably get any higher than I really am. The only reason, the only relevance in my YouTube career is sitting on panels such as this one, because otherwise I got my 13 people. I'm just like, how you guys doing? Know everybody on the first name basis over there. No bots though, except one, possibly. He's not here, which is odd.
Oh yeah,
Oops.
that's true.
Oops, I got a whole 20 subscribers.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm with you.
bro.
Oops.
Yo, keep doing the things, guys. If you're doing the things, if you're putting out content, please don't give up, man. I was actually talking with Southern Tier Prepper today on the phone about just that, and that people start like a YouTube channel or something, and then they're like, oh man, I don't like the sound of my voice. I don't like the way this looks. I don't like the way that looks, and they're nitpicky, and they quit out on it. And I wish you wouldn't. I wish you wouldn't quit out on it.
It takes a while.
Yeah, you got to eventually get used to it. You could be the person who explains things the right way that reaches the right person who saves all of us in the freaking apocalypse. And you haven't spoken to John Connor yet, but you're going to. You just need to keep making content. Okay, just keep making content. Don't stop. Don't get depressed. YouTube is going to screw you over. People are going to say your content sucks. They're assholes. Your shit is good. Keep doing the things.
Yep. And if not, call Pestilence.
That's right. He's going to take care of it.
We'll go to YouTube headquarters, and I'll just stand in the lobby.
He'll send the locust to YouTube
headquarters.
Yeah,
just giving off this miasma, like people can't even breathe it, like just die from the shit.
Telling you. No, wait a minute. The crickets would be
radiation.
Keep doing the things, bro. Don't stop. You're the one who's going to reach the person that's going to save us all, man. Keep doing the things. I'm telling you.
If you're the type to be like feel puckish or edgy, a thing that happened to me in high school. I used to be the kid that like had like the red hair and the fucking gothish punk rock person, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And this chick was like so mad about it. I would paint my fingernails black. It's mad, couldn't handle it on the school bus, talking about like, why do you even get hanging over the back of the seat? Like, why do you even do that? Man. And I was like, the reason I do that is because it ruins your entire day. You can't get over it. It's provoking the reaction, and I get it every time. It's literally why I do people off.
Hashtag winning.
And I learned an important lesson that day, and I've always continued to do that, is just whatever. The easiest way to piss people off is just question things. Even if it's things you actually agree with, by questioning it, you can validate your belief in it. But question everything. Like sometimes, like it's possible, perhaps you're wrong. Perhaps you're the asshole here. Are you sure? Think about stuff like that. Let alone not only in your personal life, but especially some of y'all with your political life, because y'all got some strong opinions. But then I fucking click on your actual. I do this thing called view profile, and I go see what you're actually talking shit about, and it ain't never that.
You're not an activist.
No, you're in my Facebook group talking some big shit, but then I go to see your view profile, and you out here with like children with ice cream cones and shit, and you're like, you ain't that.
I love the ones that come out and troll you out of nowhere, and like go to their profile and they don't know how to put their pants on right.
Right.
Their hair looks like somebody electrocuted them, and I'm like, dude, you have other problems than complaining about what I just said.
Listen, I
or,
will
or
judge
they have 0 subscribers, nothing on the page, and they're just
this
there.
user has no content. I'm like, yeah, I already knew that coming in.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
Appreciate the
No
criticism.
content in their head or their channel.
I just showed up here to like those people. It's like that meme where the guy's coming up out the sewer, like that one dude to just show up to talk shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, can't like my post, but you always got something to say about it. I like that.
Jay Creature said, I've been trolling Livingston Man for over a year.
Maybe he sees it that way.
Yeah.
I've been pissing him off with my black fingernails the whole time.
Jay Creed.
He can't get enough of it. He's on this. He's stuck. He's like, what'll he do next?
Yeah, Southern Tier just commented on Rumble. My homeschool kids know how to deal with everyone. My 12-year-old is going through a goth phase.
Yeah.
Let it go, man. Let it go. Let it go. Everybody settles into their own thing.
Yeah,
They do.
That's how they find themselves, is they do different things. And they're like, wow, I'm not a fan of what I was participating in. I'm going to do something else.
Yep.
Now looking back at myself, like dressed like that, looking like I would laugh out loud. I would say some shit like kids these days.
Yeah.
Whatever, you know. Everybody came from somewhere, man. And the other thing I hate about the world, I don't hate it. I extremely disagree with it. Is this whole like that guy said some stupid shit 20 years ago. Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
I said some stupid shit 20 years ago.
Everyone
How
said
long-
stupid shit
how long
20
is-
years ago.
What's the statute of limitations on the court of public opinion? Because honestly, this trend that you got to dig up the 20-year-old tweets and start. Like,
I don't know, man. Bill Clinton kind of got off the hook, you know. So I don't know.
they'll come for you. Like I've already accepted. Like everybody wants me to run for governor and president and everything. I appreciate. I really, really appreciate that. But it's not going to happen because they're going to dig up the like 30-minute old tweets and it's over. Okay,
yeah.
I'm out
Livingston Man 2024 t-shirts available now.
here. Okay, just because I said it doesn't mean I thought about it.
A
First.
grainy video of a man, his naked butt running down the street. You can't see his face, but that was Livingston Man. And then
Oh,
that's
totally.
No,
gonna
I
show
was the
up
one
on
chasing
YouTube.
with the camera.
Because he was tagged in it, bro. It's
Wait,
gotta
but
be-
was the cameraman wearing clothes too, or was
I
everyone
saw it on
naked?
the
just
Yeah,
running in the
It's gotta
sun?
be
I shot the video. I was like, the world needs to see this. You know.
Devil Dog says, "Get the boots on."
I tell you
Yeah.
what, I am super happy that they did not have camera phones when I was in college.
Same
Oh,
here.
We have some grainy, blurry photos that someone took drunk, and
Yeah.
I think that's Maria just jumped out of the window. I think you can't really tell who the hell it was.
Yeah.
There's that person. Like I don't even know who that is. Nope.
Yeah.
I forgot
yeah.
who that is.
I'm
If
like,
listen,
that's
Birds, moving to Canada is not going to help you because day one, all right, I am annexing Canada officially. Enough of this trying to act like you're not just North Americans. All right, we're gonna rename Canada North America. It's gonna work.
Yeah.
I think
Yep.
once you leave New York City, most people don't care about the hat. It's in the city.
But they won't let you leave New York City. That's the whole thing. You can't get out. That's why the Livingston Man won't come to Ohio. He can't get out.
He's stuck. We're
It's
so
like
we're
Westworld.
so,
The robots can't leave.
So we're 2 hours north of NYC by rail.
I can smell it from here.
We are the bread basket of New York State. This is where all of the milk and the cheese and the food comes from that everybody in the city eats. Right across the river from us in the beautiful Catskill Mountains, they have dammed up and flooded entire towns, multiple towns, to provide drinking water for the people in New York City. Upstate has sacrificed for New York City quite enough. FMYC.
Just turn off
we
the
should-
water, man. They'll leave.
That's that's the
Turn the water off. They'll leave.
that's the strategic advantage is that New York City is dependent on the Catskill Mountains and our system of lakes and reservoirs that are built upstate.
The aqueducts, man.
I don't know.
It's every upstate New Yorker's duty to defecate out your fishing boat next time you fishing. Next time you fishing at the Ashokan Reservoir, just like drop a little gift to just drop an upper decker for them New Yorkers that like
drop
to
a deuce, huh?
Oh God.
The
leave them a little floater.
So actually currently right now as we speak they are still drilling under people's homes in some cases and things like that. They're putting in new aqueducts to the city, new tunnels that can provide much more drinking water to the people in New York City. The old ones are in pretty shitty. They're pretty freaking old, man. They're pretty old, those aqueducts. Some of them 100+ years old. They're made out of like bricks and mortar, like literally that's all that holds these things together. And they're making
the Romans have those too that
they're still there,
still work brick and mortar.
But they're actually drilling new ones as we speak under the Hudson Valley. I don't know how far they've made it, but they're big machines underneath your feet working every day. So if you feel something funky, it could be one of them things drilling under your house. You never know.
Mostly they'll do this. That'd be west of the Hudson River.
Yeah. Over in the Catskills.
Man, that's terrible. And it's eminent domain. I'm assuming. Well, it's on subsurface.
Yeah. You don't even know they're freaking there, man. They're just
they treat us like a combination sewer and food pantry.
The Hudson Valley,
not only that, because they ran all their cool new electric wires right through everybody's backyard. Like you can see them from this. If you could see the window, there's a window, and if you could see out the window, you would see Cuomo's
monster
energy
power
highway.
Yeah, it's
flying right through prime farmland where they pulled eminent domain to steal people's farmland from, so they could put big wires so Times Square could have more LED lights.
Yeah, it actually those lines tied the upstate New York power grid to the NYC power grid, because everything down there you got to go electric, so we're just gonna have to sacrifice up here for the folks in the city. Yeah,
so
man.
No natural gas stoves.
Nothing in any buildings under 7 stories in the city.
And after 2025, what's going to happen is the
electric car push. Yeah.
Well, not only that, but they're with their anti-fossil fuel thing. I'm not 2025, 2030.
Yeah.
So the push is going to be that
all electric everything.
Well, it's not like, it's grandfathered in, man. If you have a propane stove, you can keep your propane stove, bro. Problem is, you're not going to be able to buy a new one.
Yeah.
So your propane stove you have is the one you have until you just can't buy one unless you're going to run the border to Pennsylvania like you're buying fucking fireworks.
That's right.
Coming back with fucking illicit stoves in the back of the box truck, hoping you don't get busted. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's going to come to. I don't get pulled
over with this wood stove in my car. That's really what it's come to.
Cops show up. We smell smoke, brother. What's going on here?
Just burning some leaves.
It's the campfire, man. I swear to God. Is that a propane heater? Is it? Get on the ground.
It feels like
closer
that's where
than
it's
you
going.
know.
I think electricity they claim to be clean, but they're just shoveling more coal into the coal fire power generating plant.
You know what? In its entire history, like 2 things literally ever happened with nuclear power, and everybody's like, absolutely not. In the meantime, electrical fires just from every and every other version of power generation has been just fraught with failure in its entire life. But Chernobyl and 3 Mile Island, and everybody said no, absolutely not. Pound for pound, nuclear power is like airplane crashes. When it happens, it's a big deal, but it's actually statistically extremely rare. Air is the safest way to travel. Nuclear is the safest, cleanest way to produce energy, but because of some big loud incidents, people got a bad taste in the mouth.
And most of the incidents were due to either negligence or incompetence on the part of workers who were not properly trained. It wasn't the worker didn't want to get radiated, but they were not trained the right way. And, I was reading up on the modular nukes, the smaller plants, smaller amounts of radioactive material that basically you plug in if something's wrong. They could remove the whole module and truck it away and send it wherever the hell they sent, probably to Nevada where everything else radioactive goes.
Right.
But yeah, there's so
Wild.
many other options there. But
Okay, sorry, Daryl Calhoun. So 3. Okay,
Yeah.
but Fukushima was
Oh, yeah.
caused by an earthquake and a tsunami, though. That was
Yeah,
not even.
I think that's the biggest threat about nuclear power is they need massive amounts of water to cool them.
Well, tsunami didn't do it. So what the fuck?
Well, the the problem is the tsunami knocked out the power to the pumps that cooled the plant, and shit overheated
This
and
was
then exploded.
That was act of God shit. So you know what? I'm striking it from
Yeah,
the
but
list. It doesn't count.
all nuclear power plants have to be built along the coastlines or water or pestilence.
Okay. Meanwhile,
no, because then the
that
crickets will
fucking
get radioactive.
separate
They'll be this freaking big.
Yeah.
the Russians and Ukrainians have been shooting fucking artillery at the Zaporizhzhia
Nuclear power plant
for like 4 years, and like that thing's still working, guys. All right, so
yeah, you're not wrong.
That's because they're scared to actually destroy it.
I say fuck it,
Yeah.
Putin, take it down. Let's do this.
And since we're on that topic, far as I'm concerned, Israel needs to torch the earth.
I think it's coming.
They've about
Portland.
raised Gaza.
I don't know if you've seen Gaza City lately, but they're on their way. Pretty close.
Right.
I did a video a while back about the pier that we were building. That was the big talk, a couple months ago, was the pier that we were building in Gaza to bring in aid.
We're here to help.
This was 4.5 months after all the bombing started. That now you want to bring in food after people have been starving for 4.5 months. Now you want to bring in food. It just didn't sit right with me. All of those people have long since starved to death. If they're still alive, they're not in good shape, and they're building this big ass pier, and I'm like, man, this thing is not to bring in aid. This is to truck the rest of the people who are still alive in that area out of there, because there's nothing left for anybody to go back to. They have bombed it to rubble. There is nothing left. Nothing. It's uninhabitable.
Yep.
So logically, you need a way to evacuate these people, and building a pier is the best way. It's out of sight, it's out of mind, and they can just put everybody on boats and ship them out, and nobody even sees it unless they want them to.
Right.
There was a movie called Wag the Dog. You guys remember this?
Yep.
Wag the Dog had it was Dustin Hoffman and Robert De Niro in it.
Yep.
They faked the whole war for television.
Yep.
They produced it in Hollywood, presented it as fact. The people bought it. Don't think that they can't do that. And okay, back to that whole America. America understands propaganda so well. It learned from two of the best.
Yeah.
The propaganda is not even obvious. It doesn't look like it. It's not patriotic. It's
news headlines.
It's insidious.
Yeah.
It leads you along slowly. It makes you make certain choices.
I don't know if anything that they feed us in the mainstream is even real.
Anymore. I'm with you. Yeah.
Like Livingston Man said, that we pulled off a war of the worlds on all of our subscribers. One night, we just decided that we were going to launch our movie, and did it during a live stream and freaked a couple people out.
Yes, it did.
But
that was clever. You got to admit it.
And speaking of, because y'all poked the bear, I'll give a pinch of information. Look for a series coming out called The Time Is Now.
Right on.
There you go.
Right on.
But yeah, y'all torched the earth with that series, and I'm sitting here like, wait a minute.
What's going on?
People were checking their TVs, and they're like, "Are you serious right now?" It was about 30 seconds of terror for some people.
Yep.
And I do kind of still feel bad about freaking people out.
That was fucking awesome. That was exactly what I wanted to do. That was exactly what I wanted to do. Y'all want the apocalypse? Here it is. Let's see you shit your pants now. And for about that 30 seconds, we had them, and it was worth it. It was worth it. They said, I don't care how stoic you thought you were, how hard ass you thought you was on the YouTube channel. We had you like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Checking the phone. He got you. That's all I wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
We
tell
thought he
you
was gonna
what
live
though.
stream the apocalypse.
Living where I do between the Air Force bases and the big Army bases, but we're in the middle of nowhere, is
Oh,
when
man.
you hear the fighters go over and you hear the Air National Guard, right, with the big C-130s, they go "Rrrr," piss off all the dogs in the neighborhood, all the dogs freaking out. And he's
Yeah.
doing touch and goes, and then he flies away. And you're like, okay, he comes every once a week. They do their drills. And then out of nowhere, had a stealth fighter, had fully loaded F-15s. They're
Wow.
based nowhere near us. Nowhere. And I'm like, you guys are not from this area. Where
Right.
you
No.
going? What you doing here? Why do you have bombs under you and rockets and shit? Yeah, it's that's what I'm afraid when they were all gonna wake up and we're gonna see all this shit flying around in a panic and go, oh,
I got to
fle-
be honest with you, bro.
yeah,
That was kind of the dream that I had. I had the flu one time, and I had this.
It wasn't a dry dream either, I'll tell you that.
It was a fever dream for sure. I had like 102
Yeah,
fever. I
you were
just wrapped myself
sweating.
up in the blankets, and I had this extremely vivid dream about walking outside, and there was just so many aircraft in the sky that it was like constant.
mm,
You know, helicopter after helicopter. I mean, I'm talking Black Hawks and Apaches and heavy lift helicopters towing shit.
Chinook.
Everybody heading south, you know, towards the city. And then there's fighter jets over top of them, you know, up in the higher sky in like formation, like 4 or 5 at a clip. And I'm like, man, what the hell is going on? And I'm outside looking up like I should know what is going on. I'm like a connected individual. I'd be talking to people. What the hell is going on? And my neighbor walks down the road and she says, "Oh, did you see the president's on TV? Yada yada yada." And I was like ran into the house to see what was going on. And I remember jumping in a car and driving. And on my drive, I could see fields off to my left, off the Taconic State Parkway. Right.
This is a dream.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
remember
it was
this
so it was
too
so
well.
so vivid, so vivid. And I'm looking out in the field and I see ICBMs on trailers being hoisted up into the air. And then I woke up from the dream and there was no more of it. And it's not a recurring dream. It's not something that keeps happening, but it was years ago. And it still freaks me out today. It was so vivid. I'm just waiting for it to come to real life.
kicked you out of your sleep really quick
Yeah.
with that fever. And all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ICBMs, man. That was it. That was all it took to wake me up.
Every night he goes to sleep trying to get back to that magical place.
Trying to figure I'm pretty sure I was coming here, but I'm not 100% sure.
Don't dream about my house. That's weird.
No, I didn't. I woke up at the ICBMs. I was coming to warn the Livingston Man.
So with censorship going on, do you think they would ever broadcast anything and tell us if the country was under attack?
No. And that goes for any, especially existential threats, like a big comet's coming, like we all gonna die on fucking Wednesday. No way they're telling nobody that. No reason to.
No.
What's the point?
It's just going to
Induce
induce
mass panic and what?
You remember in the 50s and 60s, because I worked in the old schools in New York City, you know, some of them were made in the 40s, 50s. They were all fallout shelters. Like when you went to the bases and to the basement, you had those big buckets that said drinking water, but now it was a trash can, right? And
when it was empty, you could poop in it and put it by the side of the road.
yeah, supposedly that's exactly what you would be able to do.
I have one of those.
It's
a green canister with like yellow writing on it. I found it in the basement, dude, in good ass condition. It's got these instructions on it. It was at the time full of water and some other stuff. It was
it had like a water bladder and
but it had specific instructions about how when it was empty, you were to use this as a
trash waste.
What, you're going to defecate in this bucket and you're going to put it by the side of the road and civil defense is going to come and take it away.
Yeah, and
this
then
is
they
America's
stopped.
Hubris.
Did you notice that they just stopped in the 60s? And
yes,
what I had read somewhere was that basically they realized there was no way we could evacuate the cities fast enough. So if like New York, if we were attacked, they were all going to die. Like New York was screwed. So they would evacuate everyone outside of New York away from the city, knowing full well the people trying to get out of the zone 0, if you will, were kind of hosed.
Would never make
that's
it out.
why you don't see those fallout shelters as much anymore.
Yeah.
And they're a reminder of Yeah, they're a reminder of a scary time there, if morbid almost, like
Yeah.
when you think about what they're supposed to be for. Those old civil defense videos are something else, man. They talk about they did so many weird tests with the nuclear weapons because they didn't really know what they could do and what they were capable of. They had this weapon, but they didn't know how it does it even work. What does it do?
Yeah.
But they found out that if you were to do regular lawn maintenance, keep your house clean, keep it painted nice, bright white, that this could help reflect thermal radiation. That if you had if your
Lead paint.
if your lawn was too high, in the event of a nuclear detonation, your lawn could catch fire. Keep a nice short lawn, keep your white picket fences painted. And there were certain ways that people were expected to live that they were told might help you when the sun goes off.
Yeah, down
down on Main Street.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
So if the sun goes off, does that mean the government didn't pay the electric bill?
Yeah. For sure.
Actually, they paid in too much. A second one ignited down the road.
Central Hudson is pissed.
They ignited several suns over the continental United States.
Yeah,
I actually rewatched.
I'm worried about the EMP. I'm like, I seen the thermal flash burn the fucking insulation off the power wires. I don't give a shit about the EMP, dude.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
That would.
When the paint burns off the house, and then all of a sudden the house gets blown the fuck away. Like, EMP don't bother me too much.
All you got to do is paint your roof blue.
Yeah, that's it.
Now there is some credence. We do believe in that. Ohio is a stretch, but blue roofs, we can get behind that.
Look at Maui. Look what look. All the blue roofs in Maui didn't get touched, didn't get burned, didn't even get scorched.
Wild, man. Who knows what really goes on? I don't know if we'll ever find out.
Why are we not testing the directed energy weapons on, like, I don't know, some glacier somewhere? Fuck it, right?
Yeah. Why you got to shoot him at
Iran?
Makes me a believer. Let's bring that sea level up, okay? Let's make me a believer here.
Yeah.
Tired of Florida in particular. Okay, they gotta go.
Yeah, Hutch, they're fabric umbrellas. You're absolutely right. The blue fabric umbrellas
we need 3 meters.
The building next to it.
Can I get 3 meters of sea level rise, please? I'm tired of Florida. I can't be the only one. I see 12 feet, man. I see 12 feet.
Yeah, so if you want to roll all of these crazy things into one, all we need is one Russian Poseidon torpedo to be detonated along the coastline of the United States. Then we get the radiation super tsunami. That's when the real fun starts. Yeah,
because Russia's broke ass has that. Okay.
Well, apparently they were too afraid to test it, but their subs are all armed with.
They were too afraid to test it because they knew it wouldn't fucking work. You ever seen Made in China is straight up better than Made in Russia. Okay. So they have one aircraft carrier. They're like, this is the premium aircraft carrier. It's a curved deck, looks like a piece of shit.
I know one thing that's made in Russia that I have plenty of, and it works.
What's that?
7.62 by 3.5, maybe.
We got there.
But, up there in New York, y'all have no clue what that is.
He's got the Reliant K of ammo. Everybody,
that's like
it's always jamming up on you.
Instant felony. Go straight to jail. Do not pass go. You 7 years for every bullet. You go straight to federal prison.
Jeez, I can't even compute.
Eastern Bloc motherfuckers be so fucking opinionated to y'all. They be shooting Bulgarian shit. Fuck, what the hell is Bulgaria? Fuck Ohio, dude. Yeah, you on some whole shit. Like Bulgaria is like up on this fucking map here somewhere. Like
Ohio's it's that 7th star in the corner.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now over to the right.
I'll only be shooting that, and it's got to be a Romanian AK. None of that Chinese shit. You can't even have a real Russian AK. They just don't even exist. Russia's probably not real. That's the big lie.
Here we go.
All the Russian AKs are in the third world shooting people up.
Yep.
We just need
Unless-
to go there and buy them.
Yep.
People that have been places try to convince me it exists, but I can't believe it. I
You
wasn't
won't
there.
come to Ohio. I think you're scared. They won't let you out of New York State.
Except they won't let me
I
out of
think
New York
his
State.
program
I
prevents him from
think that
leaving.
little thing around your ankle will just start making you glow.
What's it? What do they call it? The geo fence. I have a, it's a geo fence.
Yeah.
It's a shock collar on his ankle.
It's a geo fence. I can't. I'm like a
It's like
Roomba.
a
Can't leave the house.
down he goes.
I just be walking. I just be rolling around, sucking all the time.
Folks,
Yeah,
I'll
so-
apologize for everybody because
Yeah,
we've
it
been off
just
the
went
rails.
so down the toilet.
Yeah, we went off the rails from the
So-
first minute the live stream went live.
Yeah, the live stream went sideways like
Oh, we couldn't
before
even
we
get it
even came live.
Couldn't even kickstart the thing, man. Everybody was blowing in the video game cartridge to try and get it to work.
How
before
sideways did
I
it
know.
go?
It was bad.
We had to connect the Atari to the MacBook
Yeah.
to the PS4.
We had to travel back in time to go to Radio Shack just to get the adapters to make this happen.
Exactly.
Hey, I miss Radio Shack. They had some
Yeah.
I
nifty
did too.
stuff there, dude.
Yeah,
You,
yeah.
you need to
Dude.
hook. You need to fucking park a Cadillac in a mailbox. They got the adapter, bro.
It's true.
And now everyone has electric cars, or they want to give us all electric cars, and we don't have a Radio Shack for the adapters.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
what are we
Right.
gonna do?
We're screwed.
No, you missed out. And you walk in there, it was mad professional. Welcome to Radio Shack. Can I help you with?
Yeah, they knew where everything was too. You're like, I need
I'm
one of
trying
these.
to build a time machine and I need a flux capacitor. I'll
Yep,
say.
That's right, right here.
I'm building a time machine. Homeboy said again.
Right. Yeah. Lord have mercy.
Radio Schlock. So,
I
gentlemen,
came in here tonight. I never knew the topic. I think that if there
I don't
even was
think-
one, it got lost in all the technical
I
shit.
don't think we had agreed on one. We just
No.
kind
Yeah,
of
we
winged it
didn't.
tonight.
We did. We winged it.
If you've never been here before, this is what the Four Horsemen really do.
That's right. That's
I
right.
love,
pestilence right there.
I love.
Pestilence.
You're now afflicted. Enjoy it.
Afflicted.
Oof, doubly so.
There it is.
I love hanging out with you guys. I love this little band we playing in right now.
Absolutely.
I think that
Oh,
other preppers, and now tonight's conversation notwithstanding, we actually indeed know some shit about prepping. We just apparently didn't try to touch on it tonight.
True story.
Well, we talked about not being able to talk about it is the problem,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we've all been getting beaten up lately.
Yep.
When we try to broach certain subjects, and
I'm the real victim here, Pete. Okay. I'm like this small guy. I'm like the totem pole. I'm like this. Y'all like standing tall pillars of the
empty can.
YouTube community. You just thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Well,
look, they don't even say my name. It says Hudson Valley Prepping.
you typed that.
Who's prepping and who's survival?
I guess
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
prepping
if-
and, and we just got to survive you.
I'll just call me Valley. It's fine.
Folks, subscribe to the Livingston Man channel, please.
Yeah,
yes,
put it in the
please.
chat.
They're tired of they're honestly they're tired of me fucking
thank you, Vision.
bitching
Thank
about
you,
it. They're
thank
like,
you.
Oh, look at Nostra.
I am not allowed to
would
touch.
you people please just subscribe to his channel? So
Yeah,
shut the fuck
subscribe
up.
to his
I-
channel, please.
I just I'm not allowed to touch the keyboard or buttons here. I get slapped sometimes.
What do you want me to do?
Oh,
No,
Nostradamus.
I just don't. Vision's dropping links and stuff. I'm not.
I don't know how to type. I never actually learned how to spell. I just talk. Read. I can't read and talk at once.
Red.
I can't talk and talk at once.
Yeah.
I will be
I'm with
focusing
you
on
on that,
Jesus.
dude.
Daryl Calhoun, not just yet. But give me like 10 more minutes. I will definitely focus on Jesus. I will be like focused, dude. All right. Mike, take us out here. Somebody take us out of here before it gets worse.
So, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to subscribe to these fine individuals, and especially
The Livingston Man.
the Livingston Man,
God,
who,
please,
by the
really.
way, is a hellacious musician. All
Yes,
kidding
he
aside.
is.
It's true.
and
true.
and quite a
God,
singer,
and
if I recall correctly. So
He's he's a very
Something else.
he's awesome. He's awesome. If you don't have a Livingston Man, you got to get you one.
You got to. Well,
Russian arms bazaars are the best place to find.
That's true.
Just go there, like these terrorist guys are like, "You want to Livingston Man?" You're like, yeah. They make you show ID and shit. But
you can't go to the big gun shows in Texas. You got to go to the ones out in the country for the
there's real ones.
If it's a warehouse, then you're probably in the right.
And you can pull that gun show loophole and get you a Livingston Man with like just walk out the door.
You got to get your own power supply.
Get some connections.
Don't get solar panels.
No. You got to plug this bad mamma jam into 220.
Yes.
The whole fucking lights in the house dim when you plug them in.
Yes.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
As soon as he opens his mouth, the neighborhood goes dark.
It sure does. I mean, look.
But anyway, hey, if the viewers take anything from today, keep speaking up, keep doing your channels. If you need help, email one of us. Absolutely. All four of us would be happy to help. You may get some weird stories or music depending on who it is you ask, but don't be quiet. Speak out, because they've been putting people in the penalty box. I thought I was in Instagram jail again because I went after the child traffickers. And
they deleted my wife and my daughter's accounts, and they're like puppies and kittens and inspirational quotes.
What?
People. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. Something's up with the social media networks.
Well, I'm just gonna say it right now. Okay, if you're posting inspirational quotes, like, are you okay? Good.
True story.
You good?
Hey, my inspirational quotes are awesome. It's like, drink more beer, don't drive.
I'm about that way. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
My last 15 lives videos have all been demonetized.
Yep, they're hitting everybody hard. And if we make anything off of a live stream, it's somewhere between 7 and 17 cents.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we really do rely on the community.
Haven't eaten in weeks.
Your favorite your favorite content creators need your help. Share their content. Like, comment, tell your friends to subscribe. It's huge. It's huge for us because we're not getting pushed out there, through the platforms whatsoever. So it has to, it's gotta be pushed, man. You guys have to help your favorite content creators and share their stuff out.
I'm almost ready to auction this off, and we'll start the bidding at $5,000.
God damn, inflation got motherfuckers like this, man.
Yeah, you thought the spam in plastic cases was wrong.
And the spam market online is like, yo, that's a low price. Like, people don't do that.
Yeah.
What that man just held up, you don't even understand the historicity of what that is. Look, thank you for your donation.
Here we go.
Yeah,
somebody highlight that shit. Around. Where's my pointer? We just got 10 G's. We all rich. All right, I quit. Fuck y'all.
He's out.
Just send me like 2 cartons of cigarettes and call it even. Fuck it. No, Nostra dumbass. It's signed by me, the Livingston.
That's
Livingston.
And remember, folks, you need to have a sense of humor about this, because you take this too seriously and you will make yourself depressed.
Yep.
Or you'll throw up in your coffee cup. One of the two. Take your pick.
Yeah.
Last time I threw up, I drank tea. We didn't have no coffee. I didn't want to go to the store. We had no coffee. Fucking, I'll drink a cup of Earl Grey. I'm like, whatever, it's good enough. Good enough for me. Earl Grey, hot, Keurig, do it. Did it. Drank it. Go upstairs to get dressed for work. And like I get that feeling in my stomach. I'm like, oh man, I must be hungry. And I'm like, oh no, like I'm gonna puke. What the hell? I'm gonna puke. And I run over. I'm like, oh, like I'm fucking puking, and I'm laughing and puking. So it sounds something like and why it's funny to me is because apparently I am so American that just the physical act of drinking tea is enough to make me physically actually vomit.
Tea's places in the harbor.
So though I was bent over, worshiping the porcelain god, I was proud. I was proud of my third generation American heritage. If I drink tea, I will puke it up. It's just fuck throwing it in the harbor. I will like puke this up.
Unless it's sweet tea and you put a little bit of rum in it, but then you may not feel anything after. You'll be like, the day's over.
So those Arizona people, that's the only tea I can stomach.
Yeah.
I tried multiples, even though if hot tea, I'll kick it back. I'll kick it back like a vegan drinking soup broth. Done.
Well, folks, that would be it for tonight. Gentlemen, do you have any parting words for these fine folks in the chat?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I got nothing.
Oh Lord, don't throw up tea. And please don't give tea to your dogs. They will fart.
Please subscribe to the
worst
Livingston
possible
Man
way.
channel.
Yes,
Yes, please.
please,
Oh,
Please.
he's hiding now. He's like,
please. I'll drop the link again. Please subscribe to his channel. Please. Please.
That's why I love hanging out with you guys.
And please subscribe to Vision. Subscribe to the Roaming Prepper. If any of these people on this panel are new to you, please subscribe to them. Go show them some love. Leave a comment on some old videos. Believe it or not, it helps.
Yep. And if you are a creator and you need help, email one of us.
Yes.
Even if you're just, I don't know how to start. I hit the button and I took a recording of my cat and I don't know what to do with it. Ask us. We'll be happy to help. Truly.
Absolutely.
But
Yes.
well, folks, that'll be it for tonight. So I guess, gentlemen, who's hosting next?
Livingston Man. Livingston Man is host.
There you go.
Yeah, you got to be there. You got to be there. Next time the horse.
He is a tech guru.
Yeah.
Trust, we gonna have the same or worse technical issues.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You'll get so advanced it'll become chaos.
Well, like I said,
We fix it till it's broken around here.
Exactly.
Okay? That's
And you
what
know
we do.
as soon as we know how to use a piece of gear and it's working, we put it on the shelf and we get a new one that we don't know how to use.
Correct.
Just to make that work.
It's a pride thing, I guess. I
All
appreciate
right.
everybody who stuck around and watched all this. I love you guys too, man. Always a
be
pleasure.
safe.
hanging out. I love it.
Smash the like button, folks. Help the algorithms. Turn them on their nose. Same for y'all over on Rumble. Just because y'all can say 4-letter words and all that over there, hit the thumbs button. It's free everywhere. It's free.
That's right.
And sub to all of us on, well, Vision and Hudson, you're on Rumble too, right?
Yes, sir.
I have a
Yep.
Rumble as well. Livingston Man.
We're
Okay.
rumbling.
We're all on Rumble too. Find us over there.
Yes.
What should I do the video again for those who missed it? And then we'll leave with that.
Yes.
All right. And Vision has blessed you all with a pestilence. So
Stay
and a
safe.
big farting dog. All right. You all be safe.